Hey everybody, today I wanted to make just a really quick video talking about some of the information that we have learned from the Ghost of Hope about a new zombies mode that's going to launch with Black Ops 7 Zombies. The mode is going to coexist with the standard mode that is what we currently have, but this new mode is going to be called Cursed, and it is the classic mode that has kind of been rumored for the last few months. And I'm just going to break down a couple of things and talk about some of my opinions on it. So to begin with, it's going to have its own separate wall buys. It's going to have its own mystery box. It's going to have its own allowed weapon list. That's all very cool. I'm excited about the wall buys. I'm kind of hoping that maybe we see some, either in standard mode or this mode, some of the Black Ops 6 weapons come in, because I know like people were really excited about getting like the MP40 back, and because that's been rumored for a while that it's coming back with Season 6, and then guns like the Olympia and just other weapons that we've kind of gotten over the course of time that seem now like they're not going to be coming because, you know, they've canceled the carry forward stuff. On top of that, mystery box. I'm curious to see what's different about the mystery box. I don't know what the differences there could be per se. Maybe there won't be rarity systems, or maybe there will be limited weapons in the mystery box. Maybe you won't be able to get like, well, that doesn't make sense now. You'd probably be able to get still like specialty weapons. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going to be different about the mystery box. Maybe just less weapons overall. Probably you won't be able to get like kill streaks and stuff like that. So, on top of that, we also learned that they are going to have no minimap. No minimap's an interesting one. I obviously like that's going to be something that people want and stuff. Wonder how that's going to work with like the new transit inspired map. I mean, because honestly, a minimap probably isn't terrible for a map like that, but I also get that people probably don't want the minimap because, you know, that's how the old mode was, and that's fine. You know, I don't think it's going to be impossible to travel around the transit inspired map. But, so on top of that, we also have perk limit is going back to 4. That checks out. That's what the old perk limit was. Not really too crazy. No exfil. Again, exfils got introduced in Cold War Zombies. I've kind of figured that if they did a classic mode, exfils probably wouldn't be in it. I don't tend to think exfils are that bad. Like, even for a classic mode, like, I just think it's kind of like a just different way to end a match. And honestly, like, the fact that you always had to end a match by losing was, you know, I mean, it made sense at the time, but, like, I don't really think the exfil thing's that bad. But, again, this mode's really trying to line up as much with the classic mode, so that's fine. Like, I'm not really losing any sleep whether or not it's there. So, I'm excited to see how that system works and all of that. Classic point system, very confused about the classic point system. I'm curious to see what that ends up, like, being. Like, if that's going to be, like, the system where, you know, you shoot a zombie, like, in the legs and then knife them, or if it's going to be more like a, you know, later point system. I don't know. We're going to have to just see what that point system ends up being, because saying classic point system, there's been kind of different point systems all throughout Zombies, and then, like, once we got to Cold War, it changed a lot, but, you know, it's kind of had slight alterations throughout the history of Zombies anyway, so we'll just have to see what that exactly ends up being. Second to last. Start with a pistol. Again, that one makes a lot of sense. Like, it just, that's what Zombies used to be. This is trying to be a classic mode. We'll probably start with a pistol. That checks out. And no armor, which I know people are going to be very excited about. This is another one that makes me curious. Like, are we going to have, you know, more, like, hits on our character? Is it just going to play like the old style where you get, like, what was it, 2 or 3 hits, and then you're downed? Very curious to see, you know, what the difference is there, and if it tries to balance out. Maybe it's even going to be like, you get 5 or 6 hits, but you don't get as many as you get when you have, like, armor on and, you know, all of that. I'm sure, like, things like Jug are still going to affect your health in this mode. So, again, maybe it will be, like, kind of in the middle. Maybe not as steep of a decline as it was in the old games. Like, maybe it's not going to be 3 hits, but also I think people have said, like, you can get hit if you're armoring up 14 times, I think, before you go down in Black Ops 6. So I wonder if it'll be somewhere kind of in between that, more of like a 6-5 range. I don't know. So I think that could be really neat. Again, I think this mode sounds really fun. For me, I don't really dislike new zombies. I obviously have been playing zombies for a long time, and I like old zombies too. I mean, I'm sure I'll jump into this mode and I'll play it. I'll play both. It's just, that's probably what I'm going to have the most fun doing, is just kind of bouncing between the modes. I don't think any of this stuff is bad. It's why I'm personally kind of a fan of Outbreak. I know some people don't like Outbreak, but honestly, just having more zombies content and more zombies modes doesn't really bother me, because it just gives me the ability to just kind of bounce between them and do what I want to do and have fun and, approach it whichever way I want to approach it. But yeah, overall, I think all of this sounds pretty good. I'm sure that there's something missing here that somebody's going to be like, oh, why aren't they doing this? And maybe I will even feel that way once I think about it. But yeah, ultimately, I'm pretty happy with all of this. I think it all sounds pretty good. I know that they're probably working with a limited ability to do this anyway. Like, this is a game that was built to be what Zombies is now, and now they're trying to make that version of the game play more like classic Zombies. So I'm sure that's difficult, and I'm sure that takes time. So I'm sure that that's, a task to do. So I'm trying to also be realistic about, they're doing a lot here that is a lot like classic Zombies, but until we get to play it and actually feel what this mode is, I don't think we're going to fully know. Also really interested that they're calling it Cursed and not Classic mode. That's very interesting. I mean, I guess that makes sense, because the whole idea is like, you've been cursed, so you have less stuff, I guess, is kind of the idea. And it's going to work alongside Standard mode, which that's going to be another interesting thing that I hadn't considered until right now. So we're going to have like Standard, Directed, and now Cursed probably, because I doubt they're going to drop Directed in this, because I think that's been fairly popular in, Black Ops 6. And then, if they do like another iteration of like Grief or Cranked or anything like that, I figure that stuff will be in there too. So yeah, very interested to, we're going to have quite a few different options. Plus there's been rumors of like an Outbreak still potentially coming. So I mean, Zombies is going to have quite a few modes around, launch to, probably the first couple seasons of the game. So yeah, again, I just want to make a quick video, talk about this stuff, just kind of talk it out. I'd seen this information late last night, and I didn't get a chance to make a video for it, so I just kind of wanted to talk about it, see more about it, because I didn't get a chance to read everything. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping that you all are excited. Please leave a comment. Tell me what you think about the new, Cursed mode. Is there anything that you think is missing? Is there anything that you want to see, this mode do? Are you happy with it? Any of that stuff. And I will catch you all in the next one. I have some other Call of Duty videos up right now, so if you want to go check out those are in my video list on the same channel, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.